There's so many quacks today. And we are back. Live and alive, believe it or not. Hello, everyone. It's good to see you all here again. I hope you're all having a fantastic, wonderful Tuesday. Hello, hello. Fen, thank you so much for the Prime. 9 months. Oh my goodness, we got a Twitch baby. What are we naming it? What are we naming the baby? Pride? Nearly a year. Nearly a year. We're naming it Pride or Optimus Prime. Hello, Dino. Happy Pride, everyone. Happy Pride. Hello, Dino. Virtual Dino, I mean. 2 dinosaurs in here. Happy Pride Month. Hello, Prune. Welcome in. Hi, Aztec. Hello, Cat. Hello, Judy. Good to see you all again. Everyone reveal your neck so your boss bites it. You turn gay. Yes. Yeah, that's totally what's gonna happen. What is good, gang? What is good? There is 2 of us. There are 2 of you. He was born in the gay month. Let's go. What if I'm ace? Well, shit. You're already bi? Oh, goodness. You're already half gay, so no need. Everyone here is fucking half gay or something. Jesus Christ. Which is a good thing. So the gay is contagious? Yes. Very contagious. Pride Month, vampire. Make people gay instead of vampires. I don't make the rules. Ah, that's true. That's true. You don't make the rules. According to you, I'm Demi or so such. According to me, what about you? I don't think I'm the one who said you were Demi. What was it? Was I the one? I don't remember. I don't know. Think about it. Omegaverse does the gay extreme, but I don't know. Does it? I don't know what Omegaverse is. Card carrying member and proud. Let's go. LGBT and Neurospicy people then to gather together. Yes, we all gather together here. You're straight, so you guess that you should focus on work. God, Prune, why'd you have to ruin it? Sure didn't bring it up. Just talked about what she likes and you put a label. I didn't put a label. I was wondering about it. You're diabolical bringing that up. Oh, now I realize why I felt so lonely on my right side. That's something super cringe you want the TCS to say, but I need 200 points. Huh. Burn the straight one. Got no one to sit by your side. I'll sit by your side. Just come here. Just tap tap. I'm tapping the side of my bed. Come sit, Ben. Come sit here by me. Could appear and scream at random. You could, but I know you won't scream. I just can't tell if you'll appear. Thanks, Cass. Fantastic. Thanks. So amazing. Such fucking amazing, you know.
Suck.
I think virtual amazing as well. Oh my god.
Sorry. Accident.
Oh, thanks, Ben, for saying sorry for not for what? What are you sorry for?
Sorry. Accident.
Thanks, Prune, for shouting in my ear. How lovely. You're welcome, Beta. Beta. Cass, just call me Beta. Oh my goodness. Cass, who even fucking uses Beta anymore? You asked for it. I didn't know such thing. I didn't know such thing. Look, I don't know. I haven't gotten enough of my pills. I can tell. I could just grab my IRL air horn and play it over the mic. Why would you do that though? I mean, Omegaverse uses beta. I don't know what Omegaverse is. Still, I don't fucking understand it. So much fun. That boss has no idea what is meant by it. What? Beta. You also have a cowbell in your closet. Why? Are you a drummer? Get with the program? Read some ABO? What the fuck is ABO? Mara watches a Megaverse lore video? What? What is it even? Prefer theta for Greek letters, thank you. Damn. Damn. I prefer alpha. Or sigma. I cannot stop giggling. Why? What is happening even? ABO is a Megaverse. So what does ABO stand for? Like alpha, beta, omega? Oh, okay, I see. To tell the cows to come inside. Okay. Why do you have that? You do need to start driving again and focus on work. Take care, everyone. Have pride. Have pride, prunes. Thank you for stopping by. Good luck at work. Have a good rest of your day. I have no idea, not even one idea. No. Truly an empty skull. But you have it because what? How do I have an empty skull? Because I haven't heard of fucking Omegaverse. What is this? Is it like some fucking Gen X shit? Gen Z shit? Gen X? Gen Z? I can't even remember. What was that Sip Sip song you were playing earlier? Oh, it's called Sip Sip by Brooklyn. I was gonna change to it, but then this song came on. Your friend in high school gave it to you on graduation day. Why? Alpha Bravo Oscar, obviously. I see. I appreciate you, Cass, even if Myra doesn't read. What the fuck? In a nutshell, Mpreg and Preg are regular programs in that verse. The Omegaverse, also known as ABO, is a speculative fiction and romance genre where characters have secondary gender based on wolf-like pack dynamics. Characters are divided into dominant alphas, neutral betas, and submissive omegas. And the genre is known for unique biological traits and heavy romance. Take it from Wikipedia, and no, it's not. It was older. What in the actual fuck have you guys been reading? How old do you think we are? Above 18, I fucking hope. You need to calm yourself. Fan, there's nothing to giggle about. Omegaverse is ancient knowledge. I thought Mara is well versed in lewdness, but not. Damn? What do you mean? I have never heard of Omegaverse. What the like? I can't believe Mara was a fake lewd fan. What do you mean? I still don't fucking understand Omegaverse. Only I know Ball. You know Ball? That's why she got suspended. She doesn't know Omegaverse. I alone am the Noah. Is this what that animated movie was based on? What animated movie? Like, the only thing that comes to mind is Steven's Universe, and that's only because it has universe in the name. I have never heard anything about Omegaverse. Alpha and Omega. Alpha and Omega. Wait, is it that space movie? No. Alpha and Omega. That's animated space movie where they are looking for a map. Is that the one? Virtual? Jupiter Rising? No. No. Absolutely not. That's the wolf study behavior. It was an animated movie about wolves. Oh, right. Right. That's the wolf study behavior. Wolf study behavior? Alpha Omega stuff also has heavy implications in Twilight. You DM me a thing, Myra. Okay, what did you DM me? What? Omegaverse lawsuit? By Lindsay Ellis. Lindsay, what the fuck are you making videos on? Lindsay! Like, I watch her stuff, but like, what the hell? And how old is this? How old is this? It's 5 years ago. Are you kidding me? Little side note. Wait, watch at your leisure. I'm not watching that. Did you summarize the Omega first law video? No. Go, that's the thing. Let's go. That Omega first law video. What? A new report has revealed a heated debate inside Valve over pornographic games on Steam. According to former employees, Valve's top lawyer suggested the company take a stronger role in moderating adult content on the platform. Gabe Newell reportedly disagreeing, saying, "What the fuck do I pay you for if that's your option? If that's your opinion?" Fucking true. The quote comes from accounts shared by former employees and has not been publicly confirmed by Valve. If this is true, Gabe Newell is even more based. Well, I have seen a fair amount of controversial and outright disgusting games on Steam, though. Not gonna lie. That they didn't take down. Never saw it, but you know it got a bunch of straight to DVD sequels. The Omegaverse lore video, the sacred text. Wait, is Lindsay Ellis's video on Omegaverse the lore video you are talking about? What the fuck are you? What the fuck do you mean? I know what we're doing today. That Omegaverse lore video, but Myra, it's so funny. Imagine if a federal judge has to get into the nuances of wolf erotica. Wait, so it's literally wolves. It's literally, is it furry or is it bestiality? No, wait. Are there any humans? There are several games where you fuck Hitler. So yeah, there are several games where horrible shit happens. Maybe some should be smacked. Time to watch the video, my Not necessarily wolves. No, I can't. It's just how the fuck wait. A good amount of porn games are AI trash, so maybe a little moderation is needed. There were plenty porn games before the AI trash took over. Basically, it's a spectrum. I need a second. I can't stop smiling. Is wolf dynamics not actual wolves? So it's humans. Werewolves? Are we actually? I might actually have to watch this. Why is this? Why have you? This is gonna be the stream today, guys. We're watching Lindsay Ellis's video on the Omegaverse federal lawsuit. Vampire gets exposed to Omegaverse live. I'm actually using that fan as my new title. Just watch the video. Just shut the fuck up. What do you mean, just watch the video? Okay. Nexus, you celebrating your 3-year mod anniversary? Hell yeah! Welcome in. Welcome back. 3 fucking years. I'm so lucky to have you here, sweetie. The wolves don't matter. It's been confirmed that the alpha beta theory isn't an accurate representation of their behavior. Yeah. The old study got debunked, got incorporated in literal chances for pregnancy on omegas. What the fuck? If we're gonna watch anyone talk about it, it might as well be super articulate and through Lindsay Ellis, I suppose. Oh yeah, Nexus, please, I can't with this. Because as one of you knocked me out to calm down. Thanks, guys. It all started with a drop of presents in the Discord server. Are you actually fucking kidding me? It's true, though. What's your thoughts on ABO? We're talking about Omegaverse? Nexus, how do you know about this? I'm strapping you in to watch. Oh no. You're almost 3 years? What? You're almost 3 years what? Yes, see, even Nexus knows. How? Nexus! Frankly, I'm happy to watch. Yeah? Let's see. And as usual, do not mind the tabs. You won't see them anyway. Okay, so do this. That chat, you have to move. You have to move. I have to become a little bit smaller. There we go. You had a former mod who made you know about this. Right, former mod. We got to do a Discord watch party of the Omegaverse. Absolutely not. Given how cultured you are, I'm surprised you don't know about the Omegaverse. I just haven't ever heard of it. No. I'm an Omega. I'm an Omega? Myra, the Lindsay Ellis video has like 5 million views. Most online people will have some knowledge. Whenever I see some, what's it called? I don't think I've been exposed to it. And if I have, judging by the fucking thumbnail, I would not have clicked it. You remember a former friend was telling you to be your dog's alpha? Don't tell me this is where he got that shit. Oh, right. It's basic knowledge if you've ever read fan fiction. I don't read fan fiction. I do not. You've made one just to confess your MYT sins? Also, it's definitely an Omega. Shut the fuck up. You're an alpha. Sweetie, ain't. I've already been declared an Omega by multiple friends. Why? Stop it. Your song, let's go. Let's actually just listen to this song real quick because Nexus likes it. I don't think that was doubted. No. This is Nexus's song, everyone. Guys, this is Nexus's favorite song. Myra, sweetie, that's why a lot of shit has been hidden from you. You haven't read any fanfiction. No, that's not why things have been hidden from me, which not many things have. I'm just not into fanfiction. Like, what the fuck? Why? I don't understand fanfiction. I'm gonna spoil the song with a megaverse though. Look at the CBAT button, man. It's hard to stay strong. Dude, don't do that to Nexus. Don't you fucking dare. Ah, Myra just doesn't know elite ball knowledge. What the fuck is elite ball? What are elite balls, Ain? Explain to us what elite balls are. Do you even know what ball knowledge is? No. It's not elite ball. So what the fuck are you saying? The weirdest fanfic you've seen. You don't think you could make this up if you tried? Was Goku and Frank? What is wrong with people? Is ball knowledge? You don't know ball? What are you taught? What is ball? I feel like we're teaching a boomer. Yeah, you are. I'm fucking 30. Why would I ever have knowledge of this? Homegirl doesn't even know ball. I don't know ball. What is ball? This is Devil's Lettuce all over again. Nah, that was different. You're not up with the kids. What do the kids know? What are the kids saying? Let me just do this. Let's move me here. Let's move chat. We can state that. I'm older than you. Oh yeah? By how much? Because you're not. If you're on the internet, how don't you know? Because I don't spend time in those fucking weird ass circles that you do, apparently. Myra Boomy confirmed at the moment. Okay. Dino. Virtual, you're 4 years older than me. Have a look at that. A fucking adult in the room. Omegaverse and ball knowledge. The modern people know ball knowledge. Knowledge. Ball knowledge. Oh my god. I am gonna go insane from talking about this. Myra's not lewd connoisseur, just vanilla. Just know it from knowing it. Of course. Knowing from knowing it. Not from weird circles. Of course, honey. You're not in any weird circles for knowing, you know, what the fuck ball knowledge is. Yeah. But how do you have multiple furry friends and not know Omegaverse? I don't know. Ask them. You're a big boy also, don't treat me like a kid, Grandma. Okay, sweetie. You want a cookie? You want a cookie? Grandma, hold on. Dana's the point? No, she doesn't. Ball knowledge is a big thing on TikTok. Ah, there we have it. It's fucking TikTok. Let's get Squiggle in here. Where is Squiggle? She's at the doctor's at the moment, so no. You want a cookie? You can have a cookie. Yes, you do want a cookie. Please have a chocolate on Omegaverse. I was never gonna say anything about this. Yeah, next is, how do I not know about Omegaverse? Next is, can you explain to chat why I don't know about Omegaverse? Can you do that for me, please? Oh, hi, Lurker. Welcome in. I hope you're having a lovely day. Welcome into the fucking clown show. Welcome into the mental asylum. All knowledge is not TikTok. It's a general term for, yeah, they know unique info. Dude, are you fucking kidding me, Ain? Of course, I don't know what the fuck ball knowledge is if that's what it's for. Are you stupid? What the fuck? Sorry, I'm so sorry. Like, why would I know what ball knowledge stands for? If that's the term. What in the actual fuck? You cannot come at me with that. Because you knew it would be a canon event. A Devil's Lettuce moment, okay. Wasn't the Devil's Lettuce from like the 50s? No, like it was something that happened in here virtual. It's on my TikTok, actually. Crazy? I was crazy once. Yeah, this is a crazy chat. You can validate that because ball knowledge is just modern slang and she's old. But not knowing Omegaverse is wild as a lewd runner. Nah, it fucking isn't. What is devil's lettuce? Is that garlic? Let's see. Is the require the devil's letters? What is the devil's letters? Is that garlic? You can't hear anything. Recipes require the devil's letters. What is the devil's letters? Is that garlic? What? Ah, guy's laugh is so intoxicating right there. Didn't you edit that? Yeah, you did. For TikTok. Well, thank you, Aztec. I don't know if you guys even heard anything because I don't know why, but my sound is so low in the VODs. Like my mic sound is so low in the VODs. Even though it says I'm going in the red in OBS. You missed that model. You need me to give you all my old model art. They're in the wait, are they? Wait, I need to check actually. I haven't Cass, what is wrong with you? I just opened the Discord and look in the Cass meme area. What is wrong with you? Why are you like this? Satan's garlic. Yeah. We even have an emote for it. That was just the first you found, yeah. Satan's garlic. You missed that model. Yeah. They're in the boss's room. Like, well, at least those ones. The ones that came before are not in there. But those ones are there. Okay, anyways. Guys, is it time? Are we watching this thing? It's an hour-long video. Are we watching it? Are you guys ready?
Grr, kitten, Alpha Wolf is getting angry. You won't like an angry alpha, you're just an omega. Grr, my betas will show you your place.
So, should we begin? Welcome back, Ain. There we go. Sorry, I just had a very, very, like, visceral reaction to that. Text to speech, Ain. I just had to ban you for a second. You love this community. I'm really happy you do. You're lightheaded from laughing. Sweetie, please take a break from laughing. Breathe, sweetie. Hello, Roger. Hello, Dev. Welcome back, you too. I hope you're having a fantastic day, both of you. Not with these gremlins. Yeah. They get nuked out of chat. Yeah. You've had a horrible day, but you helped me heal. Oh, sweetie. I'm so sorry. Well, Dev, we have been having like an hour-long conversation about Omegaverse, as chat has tried to explain to me what it is and bullied me for not knowing. So we're gonna watch Lindsay Ellis's video on it. Maiwa is our alpha. Uwu. You cannot say that. You cannot say that in here. And that was so cringe. I don't know if you can top it. How's you? I'm doing good, Roger. I hope you're as well. We have been fumbling about and trying to, what's it called? Decide on what we're doing. So I'm trying to just start the video, but I cannot. Uwu. Let me sit in. I can't let you suffer alone. Uwu. Thank you, Nexus. Please come and help me. Come and save me, Uwu. Best idea. Considering making Myra say the roar, copy past that. Uwu. Oh.
Alright, let's get this shit started.
You just appear floating mid-screen. That's fantastic. Uwu.
I am all powerful.
Yeah, of course. Uwu. Oh, wait. Oh, right. You're sitting on your knees. Uwu.
I'm out here posed up.
Post up. Uwu. Nice and nestled between the booba, yes. To be cringe is to be free. Panic attacks galore. Omegaverse sounds like something my friend will like. Oh, goodness, Dev. Okay.
I've been forced to take so many of these tests.
What tests?
Okay, so with my experience with the Omegaverse, I was basically told this by someone who absolutely prided themselves on being the biggest Omega, which is essentially just being a bottom.
Okay.
So basically, just go into that with this mindset of either top, bottom, or switch. That might be the best way to think about this.
Thank you. Those terms I fucking know. Those are normal terms, you guys. You hear that? Have you ever heard a normal fucking term before? Also, there's an ad break going, so we'll start in about 10 seconds. You said
you want
that
to share
earlier?
your screen in Discord so that way I can see with you?
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Don't, just don't mind the tabs.
I'm sure there's not that many tabs. Oh my god, that's so much porn.
Stop it. There's no porn. You see only this. You see what chat sees. Stop it. Alphabet Omega is in Greek also, so checkmate. Yeah, I know, but like it has no real, what's it called? Significance to me in this context. So much Pornhub links. No. Okay, anyways.
But unsurprisingly,
chat,
taking tests of this.
Don't ever say.
Go knock yourself out.
Don't ever say I don't do anything for you, chat. Can you hear this all right?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. And chat.
Oh my god.
With a wanton mom, she...
Wait! To skip the wolf porn. Chat! You said there weren't any wolves! What do you mean?
Damn, that was immediate.
Can you watch this on stream? I fucking hope I can. I don't even know anymore.
I feel like just to be safe, we gotta skip to 228. We can't risk that.
It's a YouTube video with 5 million views. I don't think it's real porn on here, but
I don't
who
think
fucking
there
knows? Dev, don't say that. Okay.
With a wanton moan, she still calling out obscenities, full of coerced rapture until only his name was on her lips.
Shepherd.
The grew. His as it could go, the instant her muscles began clenching rhythmically to draw out. Watch.
Oh my god. What the fuck am I hearing?
Oh, fuck no. God,
What is
censor
this?
makes it worse.
What is this? What is this? Oh my god. Imagine a judge having to read this. Oh my god, you're right. Hasn't read any fan fictions? No. I'm not much into reading porn. Well, it depends on the porn, I guess.
Watching him grunt like a beast, Claire felt the lost in the rapture of her greedy milking his and
Oh.
What the fuck? I need to close the door. I need to close the door. I need to close the door. I'll be right back.
Oh, poor Squiggle when I send her this VOD. Man, I didn't think I'd wake up on a Tuesday morning listening to this.
Okay. Okay. I feel like I'm gonna lose my voice during this video.
Oh yeah, we have an hour long of this, and this is just the beginning.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
till with the stuff. While the persisted, Shepard looked into disoriented green eyes and demanded roughly,
Whose name did you call as you
Claire could hardly breathe, was on the eve of a powerful that shook her to her bones. She whispered, trying not to cry.
Yours.
Because I am your alpha.
It was almost a roar.
You
God.
want to be f***ed by me. Do you understand?
Shaking
I'm the
her
only man you will ever f from this moment on. Draco roared. I will not share you.
Draco?
Ever. You will never have an opportunity to f anyone else.
His hand tightened around her neck as he leaned in, growling.
No other man alive should have had what I own. You will tell me who they are and where they are, and then you will declare me your alpha.
Watching her lips form words, dissecting
Oh,
the
this
tortured
is-
desire and uncontrolled pleasure, he even faster, snarling like a beast, still with he demanded.
Who do you belong to?
There were tears leaking from the eyes, squeezed shut as she
It's all
jerked
the
and
same.
twitched
It's just
from
who do
his
you
abuse
belong to?
I cannot with this.
prolonged too far.
Please. Please stop. I can't.
Who do you belong to?
Face full of pained pleasure.
Oh my
Claire
god.
gasped,
I belong to you.
Why
That's
does
right.
she have to do it like
voice
that?
as if
Oh my
breathes
god.
away. The abated, and she sobbed when the overstrong extended began to abate. More waves of burned her from the inside when Shepard purred.
You belong only to me.
Uh,
Oh.
I need to take a break. I need to take a break. I need to take a break.
What the fuck?
I need to take a break. I'll be just a second.
All right, Chad. Who had Myra getting and stuff for emotional support after having to listen to Werewolf Porn? That wasn't on my bingo card.
You and Cass are in Bloodrun's VC Lounge. Yeah. Oh my god. It's been 2 minutes. Literally 2 minutes, 36 seconds.
I hate the fact that I know what you're talking about.
Why? I can give her a bottle of rut suppressants.
Uh,
Excuse me?
we will learn about that later in this video.
I know what a rut is, but why do you have rut suppressants? You know what?
Because
Forget I asked. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. This is exactly like books your fan like to read. But it's two humans, no woman and beast. Of course. I think those were two wolves, sweetie. I feel like I'm destroying her innocent mind.
Innocent my ass.
Oh my god. Okay. Let's just get on with this.
Hey everyone, get set
Hi.
to get wet. So a few months ago, there was this article in the New York Times with the title, "A Feud in Wolf Kink Erotica Raises a Deep Legal Question." Subheader, what do copyright and authorship mean in the crowdsourced realm known as the Omegaverse? And I gotta tell you, this article doesn't even come close to scratching the surface of how coconuts this whole thing is. So where to start? Okay, so there was this lawsuit surrounding some works of fiction that incorporated the fanfic trope known as ABO or Omegaverse, and one thing led to another, and before you know it, the New York Times gets to explain concepts like estrus cycles, claiming bites, forced impregnation, nodding, which is...
Oh my god. Why? 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 Why would a judge have to know this?
Can you imagine that like 80-year-old judge sitting there on the bench having a heart attack reading this?
Literally. But also, why is it called Omegaverse? Why not Alphaverse? Or
Because more people who read this shit are Omegas.
huh.
And I'm gonna guess it was Hein who brought this up to you in the first place.
Yes. Cass. Cass was the one who brought this up. It was Cass, not Ain. Alright, right. Although Ain knows about it. Might have encouraged Cass. You're always getting
like
shot.
Apparently it's a
We take shots at each other, that's
of
always show our
anatomy.
love.
It's
Fuck you.
got everything.
Oh,
Sock puppetry, falsified documents, violent heat cycles, perjury, spurts of, well... Oh no! It's like
Oh
the
my
Tiger
God.
King of wolf porn.
Oh
and
my
the
God.
deep legal question is, in effect, who owns ideas? Where do you draw the line between what is and is not worthy of copyright? And why does it involve so much bodily fluid?
You're like the loudest climaxer I've ever heard. It was like the sound of like a 30-year-old sprinkler finally going off for the first time.
Wait, was that the fucking... Oh my god, what's the movie called?
So what
It wasn't
is the
Bad Boys.
Omegaverse? So I'm just going to call this a
say,
subgenre of
wait, wasn't it
erotica
Omegaverse?
because if you ignore the fanfic specificity, That's all it is. The concept of Omegaverse originally started as a subgenre of erotic speculative fanfiction in the supernatural fandom, and found broader appeal in the sprawling mega fandom known as Super Wholock, an amalgam of Supernatural, Sherlock, and Doctor Who, in the early 2010s. These stories are characterized by alternate human societies, which are divided into a dominance hierarchy like wolves, but not like real wolves, more like that study that divided wolves into alphas and betas that was later debunked by the guy who did the original study. So it's based on like bad wolf science. These societies contain alphas, the dominating alphas, the big boys, the dick swingers, the betas. Despite its current common use as a pejorative for a submissive man, betas in ABO are neutral. They're like the normies. Like sure, they will do the do, but they don't go into like uncontrollable pheromone rages at the smell of an Omega's heat cycle. Speaking of which, Omegas, the submissive, the soft boys, the seducees who find themselves drawn to the shitlording of alphas because they're pheromones or whatever. The subgenre also includes other esoterica and tropes of wolf behavior, like mating for life, rutting, heat cycles, nodding, synth marking, claiming bites, and
No, wait, send marking.
Yes.
No.
That
No.
absolutely is the thing here.
Dude, you do not know. You do not go around pissing on people. No. No. No! Are you kidding me?
Listen, sir, you say not that way, Cass, but I have seen a couple of pieces where they fucking do.
No! No! No. People! Like, I know things happen in the heat of the moment, but don't go pissing at people! That's not okay! Please! It's not sanitary! I need to calm down.
Oh, I'm gonna fucking black out. This is so funny.
I need to calm down. I need to calm down. I need to calm down. Oh, hi, Lamp. Welcome in. We're having a lovely day.
Man, after you've been on the screen long enough, we might actually get a thumbnail for people walking in with just the word impregnate in your name.
Yes. Yes. Oh my god, I'm loving that. This is.
Hey, I'm gonna send this screenshot to Squiggle just what the screen is right now. I'm not gonna explain any further.
Oh my god. Okay. That is what I joined to. Yes, so. Okay, let's
which, if the portmanteau doesn't tell you enough, is the ability for male characters, usually Omegas, to get pregnant. I don't think wolves can do that, but it is an important staple of the genre. Any fictional property can be Omegaversed. Lord of the Rings, Supernatural,
Frodo's what?
Property can be Omegaversed.
What the
hell? Oh my god. Wait, Glorfindel? Why Glorfindel? What?
We're so cooked here.
Frodo's Gonad Adventures.
Lord of the Rings, Supernatural, One Direction, Game of Thrones, Transformers, hell, there's even Hamilton, Omega.
Throwing away my shot into George Washington's ass.
Jesus Christ, these were real people, you fucking loser.
Wrap me in hungry.
Oh, no.
George Washington finds out what happens when he calls Alexander son one more time. Oh.
No.
You only know a surface level knowledge of this, so by the end, you'll know more than me. No, I won't, because you'll have watched it too, you dumbass.
Verse, fan fiction, and fan art. Like, a lot. So I stopped being actively involved in creating and consuming fanworks around the time that I started making internet videos back in the 1960s. So I kind of phased out before this trend became popular. So while I had heard of it, my first real exposure to the whole Omegaverse thing was the New York Times article.
He knew for certain now.
It was a New York Times. It was a New York Times article.
Oh, that's like the last people who would ever look at shit like this. Can you imagine some like businessman on his way to work, just like, let me go read the newspaper and having to read all this shit?
No. No. I'm gonna say she's very pretty, but Lindsay? Imagine a business tycoon reading this in the morning. Yeah.
Call my assistant in here. What's this Omegaverse crap and why am I into it?
Oh my god.
Now that he did not want a submissive.
Bomber guy, Bomber guy. Mama, what are you doing here? Why are you reading this? Of all the things, why are you reading this? To his Omega's jealous rage, it was the most erotic thing he'd ever heard, and he desperately wanted to storm back in and fuck her senseless.
Omega, when Kaylin had threatened him, her voice low and possessive, her eyes flashing, her body ready to pounce, he almost came in his pants.
Dog.
I'm so sorry for having to pause every 10 seconds.
Now we have to digest this shit.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Open the window and a breeze rolls in and I jizz in my pants. When Bruce Willis was dead at the end of Sixth Sense, I jizzed in my pants.
So this brave new world is all very strange and confusing to me. I'm like Grandpa Simpson over here.
I used to be with it, but then they changed what it was. Now what I'm with isn't it, and what's it seems weird and scary to me.
But at the end of the day, it's just fanfic. Where could a lawsuit possibly come into this?
No.
Well, since this trope is so
absolutely not.
popular, it was only a matter of time before people decided, hey, I could make money off of this.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Commercial publication of Omegaverse fiction is said by some to have started with 2007's With Caution by J.L. Langley. But like the overwhelming majority of Omegaverse fanfiction, it centered male-male relationships. The commonality of male-male pairings is the crux of the most batshit copyright claim ever. Enter Addison Kane. Now, this is not her real name, but I'm going to just refer to her by her pen name because. So Addison Kane, of course, like so many of us, begins...
No, Kaz, we cannot set a goal for that. In the background is an auto playing AO3 fanfic and only ends when we get to the top. What? I don't know what you're saying. I don't understand. You got a screenshot of Emprig. Lamp, why would you say that? Oh. Literally Aztec.
Her career as a fanfic writer. She finds her fanfic calling writing erotic The Dark Knight Rises fanfiction starting in 2012 and quickly becomes...
Oh.
Just keep holding my hand. Oh god, not Bane. My Omega, I'm going to break you. You won't be mine.
You live in the Omegaverse. I was molded by it.
Something of a darling in the fandom.
Oh.
And like E.L. James before her, she starts to think, hey, maybe there's money to be made here. So she pulls her fanfic and begins the process of revising it into something that she can sell. And while we are here, one of the many negative side effects of the infamous popularity of books like 50 Shades of Grey is this presumption that any professional author who so much as admits to having been in fandom is just repurposing their old fanfic. And if they say they aren't, they are probably lying about it. I've seen a lot of people make that assumption about me just because I've joked about—
Excuse me. Dev, what are you saying? What's the deal?
What are we agreeing to? Hang on.
What am I agreeing to? I haven't agreed to anything. Nothing.
A Discord book.
Yes, I have.
Fuck.
No, I haven't. Majority vote is not agreeing to something.
Oh, here we have a majority vote here. Let me see that ballot box for a second. I gotta make sure to count all these votes up. Don't worry about my lighter.
Someone make a poll? A poll for what? I'm gonna have a headache after this stream.
We're not having Margarito Megaverse content.
Absolutely not. No.
Exactly. We're more creative than that. Write fanfic yourself. For legal purposes, this is a joke because I can feel this gun at the back of my head.
having written fanfic in the past. Most fanfic authors who jump to professional authorship do not just repurpose their old fanfic. Naomi Novik, for instance, got her start in the Master and Commander fandom in the early 2000s, so that influence was there when she published the Temeraire series, which is basically the Napoleonic Wars but with dragons. And a lot of people who have read my book can tell that I have spent some time in the Transformers fandom. But these are not just works of fanfiction repackaged for profit. However, there are some high-profile examples of authors doing just that, a practice called filing the serial numbers off. Some authors have found tremendous success with taking their fanfic and turning it into original fiction. 50 Shades of Grey was originally a Twilight fanfic, Cassandra Clare's Mortal Instruments series began life as a Draco fanfic.
What?
Oh my god.
Excuse me? What? My world is fucking exploding.
I'm gonna put. I was about to say it very much won't be a surprise to you, but Nexus, as you know, it started out as the Tokyo Ghoul fan art piece.
What?
Yeah, just changed the eye color blue and added barriers onto it and said, "All right, fuck it, it's a new thing, I guess."
What? I'm unfollowed now. No, please, don't leave me. Oh my god. You didn't know? I didn't know. Why would I know?
After was a Wattpad One Direction fanfic about a bad boy version of Harry Styles in college, and this is the business model that Addison Kane, erotic Dark Knight Rises fanfic writer,
the bane of my existence.
hopes to hit pay dirt with. Now, most publishers reject or ignore her queries, but eventually small indie publisher Blushing Books accepts her manuscript for what would become the first book in a series, Born to be Bound, and the series soon earns over $370,000.
When she grew tamer as the overblown reaction to forced estrus lessened, she would stay still long enough.
Huh? Forced estrus lessons?
Eh.
No, lessened. Forced estrus? Born to be bound.
For him to send her. For his big hands to rub the that had all over her skin. To it to her as he purred and gave affection.
Oh, okay.
Damn. So Kane becomes something of a star in the budding commercial Omegaverse published arena, especially, according to Kane, in the MF field, what in the fanfic world is called het, because fanfiction is one of the rare arenas where heterosexual couplings are actually in the minority. But of course, since this genre turns out to be lucrative, she's not the only one doing it. Enter author Zoe Ellis. No relation, because it's not her real name either. Zoe Ellis is the nom de plume of writing for Quill Inc.'s Books, which is a small publisher based in London. Her novel, Crave to Conquer, the first book in the Myth of Omega series, is published in 2018. Like Born to be Bound, it is also Omegaverse, also het, and also extremely violent and unpleasant to read, and I don't recommend it.
I don't know what I expected.
So not long after, someone approaches Kane and says, hey, this book seems to lift a lot of plot points from your book. I think it might be plagiarism. And of course, Kane does not take this well. Well, Kane's publisher does not take this well. She does not see this as a rising tide lifts all ships scenario, which generally in genres like this it totally is. Oh no, she sees a rival horning in on her territory, scenting it, you might say. Anyway, Zoe Ellis must be destroyed.
Ellis.
In April of 2018, Kane's publisher, Blushing Books, sends DMCA takedown notices to Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Google Play, Kobo, and iTunes.
For the record, I've calmed down a little bit.
All right, we're all chill now.
I can feel my head growing heavier with this.
You feel the knowledge being absorbed.
No, it's starting to hurt.
Say Loki, this video alone could be an entire stream.
Yeah, I'm ending it after this fucking stream. I don't care. I'm ending my streaming career after this.
No, I came here for that explicit purpose. That's not happening.
Welcome back, then. Oh my goodness. Stream career nuke Omegaverse video.
Blushing claims that Crave to Conquer did
people,
a copyright infringement by lifting multiple plot points from Born to be Bound, and that while Kane did not invent Omegaverse, she did invent Het Omegaverse, which...
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Anyway, DMCA takedown notices. We hear a lot about them, but few know how they actually work or what they are supposed to do. Maybe we could get a lawyer to explain it. Real phone call happening.
No.
My God, no.
Why is he here? Why? Eagle, I know you were a budding YouTuber 5 years ago. I know you wanted to, incorporate so many things, but this is not the video. This should not have been that video.
The man suing Honey having to take a break and going over to the Omegaverse lore. I would be as traumatized as he looks.
His face on screen right now is my face throughout this video. The guy who served Trump now is there. Yeah. And now you have to say to see what he says.
Hello. Hey, Lindsay, what's up?
Hey, Devin of Legal Eagle. Have you heard about this Omegaverse lawsuits that are happening?
Yeah, I know a fair amount about copyright law, but I don't know anything about wolf pornography.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So, the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, or DMCA, was a law that was written in the very early days of the internet to decide who would be liable for hosting copyright infringing material. It would be easy to imagine a world where a website was responsible for the content that its users uploaded. You can imagine that if a user uploaded some copyright infringing material, that the rights holders could go after the platform for damages. And in that world, it would be way easier to get damages from the website or platform instead instead of the random user who uploaded it. The problem is that if that were the case, then no one would host a website that allowed users to upload material because they would always be at the mercy of all of these copyright suits. So Congress decided, in their infinite wisdom in the mid-90s, that it made sense to give a way for platforms to have immunity from these copyright infringement lawsuits. Section 512 of the DMCA actually gives platforms a safe harbor so that they're not responsible for the content that their users upload if it's infringing of copyright. But in able to receive that safe harbor, they actually have to do certain requirements. The main requirement is that if a website or platform receives a notice, a DMCA notice, that some content that they're hosting infringes of someone's copyright, then they have to take that down. That's called a DMCA notice. On the other hand, a user who believes that this DMCA takedown notice was given in error can issue what's called a DMCA counter notice and get the content put back up. So generally speaking, when a platform like YouTube, let's say, receives a proper DMCA takedown notice notifying them that some material infringes on someone's copyright, and they take that material down, then the DMCA gives them a safe harbor and prevents YouTube specifically from being sued for copyright infringement. Now, in exchange, copyright holders no longer have to go to court to get things taken down. They just need to send a form. So in a way, it can avoid a whole bunch of litigation costs when some user uploads some content that's not theirs to upload in the first place. So a DMCA takedown notice is a party claiming that a platform is hosting some content that's illegally infringing on copyright. And you can see how powerful this tool could be in the wrong hands, that you can take down almost any website or video that's on the internet so long as you make a DMCA claim, which is why the DMCA requires you to have a good faith basis that there's copyright infringement going on, that you have to swear under the penalty of perjury that you actually own the underlying content that was infringed, and that there was actually copyright infringement going on. Because if you're going to be making a claiming bite, you had better be ready to pair bond for life. I have no idea.
I fucking forgot what this video was.
You were just like, huh, these are legal. These are like cool legal things. Oh, right, Omegaverse.
I thought I was like, oh, we're watching a completely normal video for a second.
Idea what that means, but Lindsay says it makes sense in context, so there you go, I guess. But when we're talking about the DMCA, if you're a platform, you can get in trouble for refusing to take down different material. If you refuse a DMCA takedown notice, then and only then can the underlying rights holder sue the platform. So if YouTube gets a DMCA claim and they say, no, we're gonna leave this video up, then they can be sued for copyright infringement. But if they take the video down, then they're not liable to anyone, which is why you see a lot of platforms, whether it's Twitter or Amazon or YouTube, they just get the DMCA takedown notices and take those videos down because it's no skin off their nose, and they don't have to do an independent analysis to determine whether the video or other IP actually does the infringing. That's up to the person that made the claim. And if the person made a claim that isn't valid, then they can be liable in court for that invalid DMCA takedown. So that's why you get a lot of platforms that are removing content without doing an independent analysis, because there's no reason for them to do any kind of independent analysis. So this is a really complicated area of the law, but that is DMCA liability in a nutshell. I cannot believe I just talked about wolf for 5.
So Blushing Books
my
issues
God.
DMCA claims across all platforms, and all of Zoe Ellis's books get taken down. Even people who bought the book on e-readers like Kindle, the book magically disappears from their devices. So here is a big problem with the whole DRM thing, but we aren't getting into that today. On April 19th, 2018, Kane wrote this Facebook post for her fans.
My publishing house has chosen to take legal action against another author for plagiarism and copyright infringement of one of my books. They own the rights to print and distribute my story, and should an outside influence try to profit from it, they are legally bound to respond. This is outside of my control. Please consider that this is very serious. A publishing house does not make a move like this without solid evidence and the full knowledge that any legal battle is already won. I am sick to my stomach thinking about it. I wish this had never happened. I apologize to every single one of you who were affected by this mess. I apologize to anyone who has been upset by this. And lastly, I apologize to my fans and the fans of Omegaverse. No one is winning here. For the torches and pitchforks that will inevitably come my way, please remember that I'm just a regular person stuck in the middle of this mess too. I never asked for this, and I'm heartbroken.
So let's compare the two books. Was Crave to Conquer plagiarizing?
Wait. That wasn't a flattering image to stop at. So the first person who wrote like the stuff copyright struck this other person, the Ellis person, Zoe Ellis.
Yes. that's
And
essentially
then
what's going
said
on
she
now.
wasn't the one who did it.
So basically she's saying that like that this wasn't like actually, or she didn't plagiarize it. However, her publisher is still making it be taken down. Basically, she lost the copyright suit.
Born to
Or
be
like
bound.
at least it's getting
Born
taken
to be
down
bound.
without a suit.
Okay.
Oh, for fuck's
The world
sake.
has been decimated by some plague or something, and now everybody lives in cities under domes. The Alpha love interest is head of a terrorist organization that has taken over the city with biochemical weapons and is a massive, chonky big boy.
You think you know what prison is, little one. You do not. In prison, one is surrounded by the worst possible breed of men. If I wanted food or water, I had to kill for it.
He's a bit of a political zealot, and also he and all of his minions escaped from a prison pit.
That term you use for it, the Undercroft, I find it amusing. A poetic word used to describe a place of darkness, filled with the pleas of thousands scraping at the doors to get out.
And also he lives in the prison pit, and he was born in the darkness. Molded by it. Okay, it's Bane. It's Bane. It's obviously Bane. We get it. It's Bane.
And for crimes, crime is irrelevant. I was never condemned to your Undercroft. I was born there.
Enter Clay.
Oh my god. Hi, Domko. Welcome in. Prepare for whatever the fuck this
An
is.
Omega posing as a beta with the help of hormone pills, who comes to Bane, Shepard, to beg him for help for her Omega posse. Will Bane discover her secret? Yes, immediately. Crave to Conquer, Myth of Omega Book 1. A large and powerful army has conquered a kingdom. Their hormone-laden leader, Khal Draco, has promised his followers Omega mates, even though Omegas have mysteriously disappeared from society. Enter Kaelin, an Omega spy posing as a beta with the help of Magic, who pretends to be a researcher in order to get into Draco's library. Will Draco discover her secret? Yes, immediately. Plot similarities include, but are not limited to, a dearth of Omegas. Alphas take them hostage.
Wait, so like
I'm
now
not gonna lie to you, they're basically the same. I ain't gonna lie to you.
so in these books, like being an alpha or omega is like
It's all sex.
but like it's like cultural, or is it like
Yes.
Is it
so
like-
the entire society's built on the fact that there are omegas who are the breeders, alphas who are the breeders, omegas who are to be bred, betas who honestly are just regular people in most cases.
But so there's they're like it's the physiological thing to be alpha or beta or omega.
Technically, yes. If I remember correctly, omegas, no matter if you're born male or female, y'all got wombs, and all alphas.
Dude.
All alphas
Are you
have-
actually fucking kidding me? What is this in insane way of thinking. Like, these people who wrote these books, what the
fuck? For female alphas, they're basically like hyenas.
Dude, what in the fucking hell? Why am I watching this? Imagine the judge. Like, I am having difficulty understanding this. I cannot imagine any judge, a federal fucking judge, having an easier time.
Omegas are in hiding and trying to suppress hormones through pills or magic, but they fail. The Omega is captured by the Alpha when her magic or pills fail in public and she goes into heat, nodding dubious consent / non-consent. Both of the first books end with the heroine escaping their Alpha. The list goes on from there. But does Kane actually have a basis to make the claim that Crave to Conquer was infringing on Born to Be Bound's copyright? Well, here's a Facebook exchange from August of 2018.
So I've read almost all the MF Omegaverse on Amazon, and I read a lot
Crazy.
of MF Omegaverse.
Why? Don't. Why? Don't do that.
Crazy. Holy shit. I'm not sitting anywhere near her damn house.
Is this something you admit?
Whoever this is, I'm not sitting at their house. Every fucking surface is gonna be sticky.
Oh my god. Like, I'm getting tired. Jesus Christ. It can be the screaming, but who knows? Completely forgotten
so
the wiki
fucking
page. What? Oh god. Also, I just fucking realized with that, like, with the last thing that she read, it sounds so much like incel logic in some cases. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I'm not gonna lie. Some of the ones that I have not dared to look at basically are pretty much that.
It sounds so fucking. You have Wattpad books that explain a lot.
There are some differences that I've noticed, other than the obvious, but one of them is that the MF pairings tend to be rough and almost brutal sometimes, even when the Alpha and Omega are in a relationship or have feelings for each other. The MM stories tend to be a lot sweeter, and there isn't the same kind of violence, for lack of a better word, in their matings.
I think the reason the male-female pairings are more violent is because I was the first to write them, and I'm a non-con, dub-con writer. What followed suit was keeping in line with the trend. LOL, Addison corrupts everyone.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, I need a sec. Ain't no fucking way. I gotta go grip my feet anyway, but I need a sec.
I'm leaving. Yeah, Fen. Exactly. Why was that on Facebook? Why was it on Facebook?
Stunning.
How did you get into writing Omegaverse books, especially MF Omegaverse? I'm not going to lie, yours were the first ones that I found that were not MM.
I was the first for male-female. I loved reading Omegaverse fanfiction, but got so frustrated that it never included women. So I made my own meta, Rules of the Universe, for male-female Omegaverse and wrote my own.
So Kane claims that she innovated invading queer spaces and making them all normie and het. And also she innovated non-con. Sure, Jan. This is also
sure, sweetie.
Not true. The first mainstream heterosexual Omegaverse novel that was published by a major publisher was called Alpha and Omega by Patricia Briggs, beginning in 2008. And the idea that Kane innovated bringing non-con into this fuckery is just... okay.
Sure, Jan.
This is not the first time that Kane has gone after the competition either. In March of 2016, she wrote a Facebook post charging that another author, who wrote under the pen name The Dragon's Maiden, had copied at least, again, 15 plot points from Born to Be Bred.
Just so you don't believe her hype, I have tried to be lighthearted about this, but it has been a nightmare. I finally posted a response to the plagiarism of BTBB by the Dragon's Maiden in her story To Mate an Omega. This was my post, which was taken down within 30 minutes. After the post will be her response. Do I believe she plagiarized my story? Yes. Do I expect everyone to agree with me? No. The DMCA will be the final judge of the matter. I just had to say my piece, and I know you can respect that. Her response was to shut down all comments and write this.
This isn't meant to sound snide, so please don't take it that way, but I am not going to stop writing because I know 100% that I am not copying you. But to the main reason I am messaging you. If I keep getting rude and threatening messages from your readers, I will start reporting them. I woke up to several this morning. I sincerely hope you aren't encouraging that kind of behavior, but if I find out you are, I will feel it necessary to report you as well. If you would like to discuss this farther, please feel free to email me at email removed to protect her privacy.
Dragon's Maiden denied she had stolen anything and alleged that
her fans came after me, even though our stories, other than being Omegaverse, were nothing alike. There are some similarities, but I honestly believe that they don't go beyond common lichen traits or actual wolf behavior.
Let's just ignore the part about wolf behavior.
Yeah,
Dragon's Maiden quickly caved, deciding it just wasn't worth fighting against Kane and her fans,
That's what I'm gonna
and
do
pulled her stories.
after this video.
Sorry. Due to the number of comments that are either borderline threatening, you're going to regret / be sorry, etc., or outright threatening, a threat to trace my IP and make me stop writing, it was recommended to me that I remove my work. As it stands right now, I have filed a police report due to the harassment.
People like this believe their own lies. Her story is being taken down for plagiarism, plain and simple. I have one last point I want to make. I have not, ever, stirred up my fans against another writer.
So Kane had gone after other authors before crying copyright infringement, but not with so much DMCA zealotry as she did with Zoe Ellis. While the DMCA allows for users to upload stuff without opening up platforms for liability, it is a touch, to put it mildly, flawed, and is a system, according to legal experts, that is easily abused. For instance, authors might weaponize the DMCA to take down their rivals, and megalopolies like Amazon aren't going to take the time to make sure the DMCA claims are legit. After all, by nature of the law, the legal liability is on the person making the claim, not the platform hosting the content.
Right.
If DMCA claims aren't legit, it can take months to undo them, months of lost income. And there's no real incentive for platforms like Amazon to be quick about checking those things out. In a lot of cases, the only thing you can do is sue. So Zoe Ellis sues Addison Kane in Oklahoma federal court, where Ellis's American digital distributor is based, in October of 2018. The same month, Ellis wrote the following on her website in a post titled, "No one owns a genre, least of all Omegaverse."
Instead of responding to attempts to resolve this issue amicably, the publisher and author chose to delay communication and persisted with threats of blackmail and attempted intimidation, as well as continued existing attacks against my character and books in collusion with others. I've since learned of other MF Omegaverse writers who were similarly targeted by the same parties, including one who abandoned her story due to threats and takedown attempts. My publisher, after seeking professional guidance, realized legal action was unavoidable. Obviously, as a new author, this was a scary conclusion for me, but the various actions taken by the author and publisher have been astonishingly wide-ranging and consistent, and can ultimately prevent me from having a successful career. I wrote my own interpretation of the Omegaverse, creating my own characters, world, and stories, and I have the right to publish and promote my work without unprovoked interference and defamation from others, regardless of their popularity. Anyone who reads both works without bias can clearly see they are not the same story, even if they are unfamiliar with the genre. So my publisher has now filed a lawsuit to address these unwarranted attacks on my works and reputation.
So Ellis sues Kane as an individual, as well as the digital distributor.
Ain? That's just a wild Ain appeared? Oh, you remember this, right, Bunny? Have you watched this video before? Wrong one, I see.
And the publisher Blushing Books, and the anonymous posters that went after Ellis, who she seems to assume are sock puppets operated by Addison Kane and or her publisher. In addition to suing her for the wrongful DMCA takedowns, she sues for a whole bunch of other stuff, like malicious interference of contract, copyright misuse, misrepresenting claims under the DMCA, and a bunch of other torts, negligence, defamation, the list goes on and on. The lawsuit effectively begins with outlining what Omegaverse is in a context of genre.
Omegaverse, or Alpha Beta
Bunny.
Omega, ABO, or Alpha Beta Omega Dynamics, as its slightly broader category is called, is a collection of related tropes that tend to correlate in many stories. ABO defines stories in which humans are not only categorized by gender, but also by a second dynamic. To be recognized as an Omegaverse, at least some of a vast number of potential characteristics need to be present. These include imprinting, the mythology with scenting, pheromones are excessive.
No. No. Why is this a legal document?
Because
This
it's
is in
funny.
this is in a legal document. This is gonna be filed into the history of our species as a part of the human species. Why?
Heat cycles and alpha rut. Mate bonding, a permanent bond between the partners. Nodding, a physiological condition experienced by the alpha during mating to aid in pregnancy, male and female.
A lawyer actually wrote this, and multiple federal judges had to read it. The lawsuit also puts front and center the fact that authors abusing copyright law in the romance genre is also nothing new.
The literary world,
my
especially
God.
within the romance genre and its subgenres, has experienced anti-competitive behavior by certain bad actors attempting to monopolize the industry through misuse of trademark and copyright law, ranging from misuse of takedown notices to litigation over the use of a common word in a book title. Unlawful practices are becoming more and more prevalent.
So let's take a moment to discuss Cockygate. After the novel Cocky Bastard by Penelope Ward and Vi Keeland, published by Ever After Romance, became a big hit in 2015, the genre became flooded with titles involving the word cocky. One author, Felina Hopkins, took this a step further to make sure that her novels, Cocker Brothers, the Cocky series, would stay
Girl. The cocky box set.
The what?
Girl, why? Like, can you...
Oh, I'm so glad to be here for emotional support. The
Yeah,
fuck
me
is any of
too.
this?
I'm so happy I have to watch this. Why am I watching this? Why?
I
I'm
don't
never
know.
letting chat talk me into anything anymore after this. Of course, you've heard there are multiple discussions from ancient times about if Achilles was a bottom or not. Yeah? Cocker sells, though. Yeah. We all need a little cocky gate in our lives.
God.
What? On the bright side, you deleted Arc again, so you don't have to worry about an alpha tribe coming to raid my Omega base. Ain. Oh my
above the dick pun-laden swill by submitting 2 trademark claims to the US Patent and Trademark Office. 1, trademarking the usage of the word cocky in certain fonts, and 2, officially having full-stop control of the word in all romance novel titles. Naturally, people disputed this. It became a huge controversy, and a legal battle is still ongoing, but Hopkins did end up releasing her claims, which means you can expect the sequel to Axiom's End, The Cocky Bugman from Planet Cockgobble, to hit shelves in fall.
That's a penis.
What? Jesus fucking Christ. This shit is in the back of Spencer's. What the fuck?
How cocky. I'm also like, but how the fuck, like, can you seriously copyright a fucking word That's so stupid. Ugh. Would think that at Barnes and Noble. It's Panic Cockgobble my route. Oh my god. You love human desires. Yeah. Didn't someone on YouTube try to copyright the word react? Oh yeah, the React brothers.
Oh yeah, Fine Bros. I
Fucking
remember that.
dumbasses. How the fuck?
Of 2021. I don't know if you can tell, but I did not write that line. So Kane hits back in a blog post on her personal website.
My fight is also yours. We cannot allow one bad player to change the rules of the game. We must stand as a community and refute the idea that one author can bully and manipulate another author over DMCAs sent by their publisher. It sets a dangerous precedent for the next author who is just trying to protect their work and their livelihoods. Just think about all those DMCAs authors are sending to stop Travis McCrae's pirate website. Can you imagine if he chose to drag you into court over just one of them? Unfortunately, I can. I will no longer keep silent. It is now time to #GetLoud.
Kane also started a GoFundMe for her legal fees, which starts with the bolded header,
Authors should not be sued or harassed for their publisher rightfully filing DMCAs.
Rightfully? Interesting. This lawsuit is a 512F case, which is actually very rare. Notice and takedown is the section 512 of the DMCA. 512F is what allows people to sue other people for bogus takedowns. But it's very rare because, well, it's expensive to sue, and victims of DMCA abuse usually get mired in the internal bullshit of the platforms they're using before it gets to the lawsuit point. Part of the DMCA is you are supposed to consider fair use before you issue a DMCA takedown. Moreover, someone who is a victim of a false DMCA takedown probably isn't going to be under the umbrella of a major corporation with a lot of assets.
That's true.
They're probably going to be a smaller creator, or in this case, a small press without a lot of resources. One of the last high-profile 512F cases was YouTube suing someone for sending false DMCA takedowns, because YouTube has the resources to actually go to court and could afford it, and even in that case, they ended up settling out of court. So as they were building their case, Ellis's lawyers thought they had a strong position, but according to that New York Times article, they struggled to find a prior case that addressed whether fanfiction tropes could be protected by copyright. Said Gideon Ling Kekum, a lawyer who represents Quill Inc. and Zoe Ellis,
I'm so sorry. There's an ad break. And I think I'm gonna take that ad break to go pee real quick.
No, yeah, I was going to say, yeah, go ahead and pee.
Everyone else can do the same. I will be back in a minute.
Oh, so then, Chad, hi, Squiggle. Hi, little buddy. How are you doing? Why did I agree to be here? What the fuck was any of this? Don't worry, Squigs. This will be great to heal with. Smelly couch. Boss went AFK for a second because Yeah, she needs a palate cleanser after that. After all of this. A career of Meyer discussing and
Hello.
discovering the Omegaverse.
Mm,
It certainly is a point in her career, yeah.
Hello, Squickle. Welcome back. Pulled up in bed and you waited for painkillers to work. Oh goodness. I hope your visit went well. I let chat bully me into watching Lindsay Ellis's video on the Omegaverse. I hate it so much. I screamed so much. I am completely exhausted now.
Yeah, we even got to have her listen to fucking Werewolf.
We're actually like exactly halfway through.
Oh, are we actually
Like
okay?
to
So the hell
the
doesn't have too much. Oh, cool. So the hell isn't too much longer.
And she laughed even more. I don't think I did. Ouch! Welcome in. I hope you're having a lovely day. Sorry, I will be changing that now because that changes the thingy. Because Stream Deck have not, I have not set it up well.
So, how do you feel about learning about this?
I want to jump off a bridge.
Same, but we can't.
No. Mark your sense. Cass, I should ban you. All done, but truthfully though, he was mentally prepped for discomfort, and he was not expecting a level of pain during appointment. Apparently the next couple hours will be worse, and then it should start to improve. Oh goodness. The anesthetic does nothing. Oh. I hope your painkillers work quickly. He was waiting to get that. Well, prepared to have your mind blown if you haven't seen this gem already.
In this gem of a verse.
We're looking at cases to see if the courts had ever dealt with anything like this before, dealing with the emergence of this new literary genre. We found there weren't any.
But then we get to the deposition, which, like so many elements of this case, seems weirdly fixated on the originated in fanfic element.
Your book published by Blushing. Okay. The first of the books that we're talking about here, is that fan fiction?
It is not fan fiction.
And why is it not fan fiction?
To be a fan fiction, it has to exist in a universe that you don't own. When I wrote the story, I hardly used anything from that universe at the time. I just used like a couple little things here. When I rewrote the story, all of that was taken out, characters were modified, scenes were rewritten, so it is definitely not fan fiction.
So let me see if this is a different question. Is that book in the Omegaverse?
That book is an Omegaverse book.
Are there aspects of the Omegaverse that are manifested in that book that constitute a reality or a universe that you contend you own?
I don't own Omegaverse.
Is there any part of the first book which creates a reality that you contend you do own?
I do not own Omegaverse.
I understand. That's not what I'm asking.
Okay.
As I understood it, and again, I told you there are places where I'm just not going to understand, because I don't know that much about fanfiction and I don't know that much about the Omegaverse. As I understand it, it's not fanfiction because it's not in a universe that you don't own. Look, I'll just try this one more time and then I'll drop it. And I'll preface that question with this. I'm having a problem with what I perceive as a logical inconsistency.
Okay.
Okay, your books are in the Omegaverse.
Yes.
We agree on that. Nobody owns the Omegaverse.
Exactly.
Fan fiction is books that are set in a universe you don't own.
Yes.
But despite the fact that your books are set in a universe that nobody owns, they're not fan fiction?
Exactly.
Number on the top. What is the number on the top?
There are no numbers on the top. There's letters.
Oh!
What the fuck?
Okay, Mr. Lawyer Man, let me help you out. The confusion here seems to be semantic and is probably based in the use of the verse part of the word. I would agree that something set in the Omegaverse is not fan fiction because Omegaverse is the name of a subgenre. The word Omegaverse isn't used in the same way we use phrases like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which, if you set a story in that, would be considered fan fiction. So I can see where it could be confusing. However, that question is completely immaterial to this case and the DMCA. Whether or not Born to be Bound was or is fanfic has fuck all to do with whether or not there was plagiarism. The fact that Omegaverse originates in fanfic is completely immaterial to the legality of this case. And I don't understand why these lawyers, or the New York Times for that matter, even mentioned that they couldn't find a fanfic-related precedent. I'm sure one day the legality of fanfic is going to get litigated and it's going to suck. But what does it have to do with this, a case of DMCA takedowns being abused by an author trying to snuff out the competition? Kane claims that Ellis's book hit a lot of the same plot points as hers did, which is true. But in copyright law, there is a doctrine called sans affaire that is, you cannot copyright tropes that consumers expect of a genre. Take YA paranormal romance, for example. You can't copyright the concept.
Why do you look like that, dude? Why do you look like you fucking came in your pants, dude? Stop making that face.
Given the Omegaverse, that is a very common thing, apparently.
She smells really good.
I was so sad to see my Omega. I just came in my pants.
Concept of like a cute but haunted high school boy who is also secretly a monster of some sort, who becomes obsessed with the clumsy, unremarkable female protagonist.
It's like diamonds.
Pick any two YA paranormal romance novels from the early 2010s, and each one is easily going to share 15 plot points with any other, which if you line them up next to each other with no context, could look pretty damning, when in reality, that's just part and parcel of the genre. In other words, Crave to Conquer is about as similar to Born to be Bound as any of the shit million Twilight knockoffs were to Twilight. Born to be Bound and Crave to Conquer, aside from using Omegaverse tropes, aren't even in the same genre. One is future dystopia, the other is fantasy.
Thank you,
so while there's
Squiggle,
no
for
case law
explaining
directly
that.
about genres that have emerged from the internet, that doesn't really matter. Copyright, fair use, and sans affaire included, are elastic on purpose to fit changing circumstances. And it must needs be remarked that it is extremely ironic that we have a fanfiction author who published her erotic fiction, which was just Batman fanfic with the serial numbers filed off, filing DMCA claims against an author who just appears to be using Omegaverse tropes rather than just repurposing her old fanfiction. I'm sorry, her publisher file.
That's what I've been like wrapping my head around. The one issuing the MCAs is the one who literally like took a thing and just filed the number of it.
Yep,
The
pretty much.
serial
It's a
number.
Batman fanfic, but it just took out all the Batman references.
Squiggle, what the fuck? Good lord.
DMCA claims against an author who appears to just be using Omegaverse tropes in original fiction. Addison Kane had nothing to do with those DMCA claims.
Having fun with his
that's foreshadowing. So the issue here is that a lot of the
Good way to
tropes
take
that
your
Kane
mind
is
off that
claiming
pain.
Ellis infringed upon aren't just common to the by now well-worn Omegaverse, they're also kind of common to books. Omegaverse, and indeed fanfiction as a concept, did not innovate most of these tropes.
Yeah,
The I don't
yeah.
like you / enemies to lover trope is a feature of most romance.
Like, yeah, that's these sorts of DMCAs just feels like the person issuing them have not read a fucking book in their life. Or seen a show, even. Like, the things they try to take others down for exists everywhere. Outside of their little bubble.
Novels. Beast, Beauty, something, something, tale as old as time. Like, even the OG Pride and Prejudice does the I don't like you to lovers thing. Alpha male dub-conning a woman who eventually falls in love with him is also a romance novel staple. From The Chic in 1919 to Bodice Rippers in the 1970s and 80s to what we see now, sexual violence turning into true love is nothing new. The whole alpha omega thing is just a roided up version of what you get in Bodice Rippers, just with, more fluids and, for fuck's sake, well before Omegaverse was even a thing, the common parlance term for a domineering male hero in the mainstream romance novel genre was, and continues to be, an alpha. And while the dub-con and non-con elements have fallen out of favor in most mainstream romance novel presses, it's still a big thing in self-published works and small presses like these. So to be clear, Addison Kane's publisher is completely in the wrong here. Those DMCA claims were illegal and illegitimate. Kane's publisher is wrong. Even if Ellis totally stole those ideas from Born to Be Bound, the ideas she stole were too much part and parcel of the subgenre of Omegaverse to possibly constitute.
Guys, I've had a full can of water in 30 minutes. Like,
the spiciness of this is a bit too much for Boss.
It's 10 deciliters of water in 30 minutes. More than that, because I already had a glass of it.
Copyright infringement. So the only way Oklahoma could have jurisdiction is if Addison Kane personally did stuff to people in the state of Oklahoma, in this case, Zoe Ellis's digital distributor, which is based in Oklahoma. So Kane moves to dismiss herself from the Oklahoma case. She is, after all, a Virginia resident. And Kane is like, no, I didn't do it, the publisher did it.
I'm not gonna elaborate.
I had nothing to do with those DMCA claims.
Listen, Aztec, I was getting away with that, alright?
I've never even been to Oklahoma.
No! It wasn't me. It was the one-armed man.
So Kane submits an affidavit in an official court document claiming that she had no contacts with Oklahoma and she had...
No, I do not get thirsty from watching this. I've been drinking because my throat hurts because I've been screaming this whole time.
The wolf judge.
A bath rub? Wait, roughly the size of 1/50th of a bath rub. Dev, what's a bath rub? Is it part of the video? Is it part of this Omegaverse thing? Oh, a bathtub, right. I see now. Can I have a bath rub? Buddy, I don't think we think the same thing when we hear that.
Had nothing to do with those takedown notices. That was all Blushing Books. She didn't know about it. She didn't have anything to do about it. Yeah, cross my head.
In any event, Blushing Books' DMCA notice, without more, is insufficient to satisfy the requirements of jurisdictional due process over an out-of-state individual. Moreover, even if the DMCA notice was sent to Draft Digital in Oklahoma, that communication would not be attributable to Mrs. Here, Mrs. did not purposefully direct any activities at Oklahoma, including drafting or sending the DMCA takedown notice to Draft Digital or other third parties. Blushing Books sent the DMCA takedown notice to all of the third-party publishers and retailers, including Draft 2 Digital. Thus, even if the court finds that it can exercise personal jurisdiction over Blushing Books, which Ms. argues that it cannot, it should dismiss all of plaintiff's claims against Mrs. because she did not personally direct any acts or activities into the state of Oklahoma.
I declare under penalty of perjury that the foregoing is true and correct. Executed on November 26, 2018.
So the motion against Kane in Oklahoma is dismissed, but the case against the publisher, Blushing Books, continues in Oklahoma. Oh, and also there is a second lawsuit in Virginia where Kane lives. We'll get to that. But in the meantime, the charges against Kane are dropped, and it's time for discovery in the Oklahoma case.
You guys. Oh. acid requires just any kind of rub.
What?
And Squiggle requires Sports Baby Princess Day, of course.
Squiggle, that's every day that ends in Y with you.
Sorry?
I said for Squiggle, that's every day that ends in Y.
Discovery is a pre-trial procedure in a lawsuit in which each party can obtain evidence from
Why
the other
is there
party by means of discovery devices such as interrogatories, requests for documents, requests for admissions, and so on. So Quill Inc.'s lawyers demand to see all the correspondence between Kane and her publisher during this time, and... oh boy.
DMCAs have been sent to Amazon, iBooks, Barnes & Nobles, Kobo, and Google Play.
Guys. You don't blame being spoiled is nice. I suppose, yeah.
When the books come down and the inevitable backlash begins, this is what I intend to post on Facebook about it. If you have any feedback on this, please let me know. Smiley face. My publishing house has chosen to take legal action against another author for plagiarism and...
Your Facebook post is extremely strong, and I 100% support you making it. I think your decision to hide behind blushing and paint us as the instigator is absolutely how it should be. Let us take the heat. All you have to say is, my publisher chose to take action. It was and continues to be out of my hands. Let people get mad at us.
Hi, Anne. Okay, here are my thoughts. It's important to take a stand. After all, Blushing Books wouldn't just be doing this for me. You're doing it for Blushing's best interests, too. Zoe Ellis is stealing from both of us. I would not write the author a warning letter. She is aware of what she did and has already stirred up shit and lied by omission. File the DMCAs immediately to Amazon, iTunes, and Barnes & Noble. Should only take 5 minutes each. If you want to write her afterward with demands to see her financials, by all means, go for it. If Amazon, iTunes, and Barnes & Noble comply with the DMCA, which they should, considering the evidence, and a stink arises, I am prepared for the backlash. I went through it with Reborn, and I'm not afraid. To settle it down, I will deflect to blushing and remain distant and naive. Readers sent in complaints. The publisher filed a DMCA based on evidence they uncovered of copyright infringement. Any issues should be raised with them. This is out of my hands, and I will remain silent publicly unless it gets to a point that a single professional post on the topic, once again deflecting to the publisher, needs to be posted. Some people will be reactive right out of the gate, but that's why I have a publisher to hide behind. It will pass quickly. So long as they stay above the fray, we're all good. I'm very good at not engaging with crazy.
Yeah?
Whew.
How
So, if it's not
cute.
obvious, this is, perjury. She was the one who demanded the DMCA takedowns, and her publisher colluded with her to make it seem like she was this innocent dumbass who had no idea how the system works. My publisher did everything. I didn't have anything to do with it.
Yeah.
I agree with the others you've spoken to. I don't think you will suffer any negative consequences by moving forward. Amazon might not take the other author's book down, but I don't see you or Blushing being penalized in any way. There's no way she could file anything against
Like,
your
how
book
the
since yours...
fuck is this your publisher? How the fuck? How? Huh?
Yeah, from when I used to actually try to get published with writing, yeah, publishers kind of suck, so I just said fuck it and just stopped altogether.
This is fucking insane. Like, how is your publisher this fucking dumb? It, like, the two don't go together. What the fuck? Like, how can... Huh? Oh my god.
Came out 2 years earlier.
Someone who published Wolf Erotica.
Woof.
Oh,
I mean, how?
fucking true, I guess.
But here is a particularly prescient observation sent by Blushing Books to Kane right before they start raining DMCA fire down.
However, before we move ahead, I'd like you to really think about whether you'd want to do this. I agree, it's sickening. She clearly plagiarized your entire plot. But that having been said, is this really hurting you? If anything, fans of her books, reading the reviews of her books, might buy yours. Controversy frequently helps books. I don't think there's a point at which anyone would ever be on Amazon and be trying to decide between her book and yours and choose hers. They might read both, but one or the other? Probably not. If we move ahead with this, you'll have a profound enemy for life. Someone who will likely attack you at every opportunity and get all of her friends to do so. She'll come up with another pen name and be your worst nightmare. I'm not trying to tell you to not do it, but I do want you to go in with the clear-eyed understanding that, as hard as it might be to swallow, doing nothing is an option that should be on the table.
Just tell her not
However,
to do it.
If you want to go ahead with it, Blushing supports you 100%.
Now that I've thought it over, both books should be taken down. She shouldn't profit off screwing me over.
Oh, God.
What can I say but yikes? And it did not end here. They went back and forth for months trying to keep Ellis's books from making any money, even after Ellis had successfully fought the claims that originally took her books down.
Her books are back up on iBooks. They are also on Kobo and Google Play, and I'm super mad. Not at you, at this fucked up situation. Can we please send out DMCA takedown notices to these people? Also, what are we going to do about Amazon? Help!
She's lost her Apple account, though her other titles are still on Barnes & Nobles and Kobo. I don't know what mechanism we can use to shut her down completely as an author, unless you want to try to trademark Omegaverse, which we might be able to get. I think our best strategy right now is to push Amazon hard. If she loses her account completely, it will in effect shut her down. If you have a different, better plan or strategy, please share it.
Book 3 needs to come down too. I don't want her to make any more money off this series.
So, this is what the kids call a bad look. So, the plaintiffs file a motion that Kane perjured herself. She should be adjudged guilty of civil contempt. And 3 days later, the defendants offer a complete settlement, admit that Ellis did not infringe on anyone's copyright. They revoke the DMCA takedowns, and the case is closed.
You know, the only thing I like about this video is Ellis's sassy takes on everything.
Oh, right. She's amazing.
The only thing I like about this video. The absolutely only thing.
In Oklahoma, anyway. Justice is served? Well, hold on there, Pard. This is just the Oklahoma case. Remember, there is still a case going on in Virginia. So the Virginia case keeps going, and here is where it gets even weirder. So the Virginia case is specifically against Kane, not the publisher, because Kane is based in Virginia. And while Ellis's claim did involve all the original stuff about, like, you know, wrongful DMCA takedowns, it also has all of this other stuff that is just, like, way harder to prove in a court of law, and they probably overshot their load with too many claims. So most of it gets thrown out. But, you know, whatever. They've got her where they want her. If the judge or a jury finds Miss Kane in the wrong, the case would send a message to overzealous genre writers that the Digital Millennium Copyright Act is not to be abused. But then just kind of fizzles out. Usually in cases like this, it's the defendant that becomes insolvent. But here, Quillink dissolved and had to drop the case because apparently they just ran out of money. And when Quillink lost their counsel, they couldn't hire a new counsel because there's this, like, obscure UK law that says you can't do that. So in order to continue the case, they'd basically have to create a new legal entity in the US and start over.
A part 2.
And on top of all that, the only part of that case that's still ongoing is Kane's countersuit in Virginia. And because this is endless petty fandom bullshit, the counterclaim is for, like, defamation of character and emotional damages and more of that shit, accusing also Zoe Ellis of using sock puppets to, like, you know, leave bad reviews.
Ellis.
And what's going on right now is Ellis just seems to have disappeared and is just kind of ignoring Kane's counterclaim, which is shitty and kind of suspicious in and of itself, but, like, at this point we're way out of the weeds of DMCA abuse and into just petty fandom drama. So I guess we've come full circle.
You need to stop DMing me these videos, Aztec. Like, you need to stop.
So, one of the benefits of it taking us roughly like 4 years on average to edit one of these episodes is that while we were editing it, the case finally got resolved. And you'll never guess how it ended. Was there some consequence to Addison Kane and her oops all perjury?
The U.S. federal court in the Eastern District of Virginia has dismissed all of the claims against me with prejudice. This is an important victory, not just for myself and my family, but for all authors who have ever, or may ever, find themselves in a situation where they must defend their copyright.
Of course not. The entire case was dismissed with prejudice, and Kane really wants you to know that in a post she titled, "A Win for the Author Community."
So, wait, is this the copywriter winning? Or did the person who was copyrighted win?
I think it was the person who got copyrighted won.
So the one who filed false copyright claims won, or DMCA's.
No, I think the person who got their claim filed on them had won. Sorry.
Okay.
Hang on.
So
go back a little bit.
The
You
lesson
can
learned
explain.
here seems to...
Wait, what did you say?
So you can go back a little bit and it should actually clear that up.
Okay.
Prejudice of Virginia has dismissed.
Okay.
The U.S.
Okay,
federal
yeah, so the person who
court
got
in-
sued won.
The person who got sued.
So here, the person who got the copyright claim done to them in the first place and countersued won.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
The Eastern District of
Thank
Virginia
you.
has dismissed all of the claims against
I
me
got
with prejudice. This is an important victory, not just for myself and my family, but for all authors who have ever, or may ever, find themselves in a situation where they must defend their copyright.
Of course not. The entire case was dismissed with prejudice, and Kane really wants you to know that in a post she titled, "A Win for the Author Community." So the lesson learned here seems to be doubling down. I didn't do anything wrong. The DMCA takedowns were valid, and I'm the real victim here.
For those new to legal jargon,
Wait.
it is a serious matter for a judge to dismiss counts of a lawsuit with prejudice, and it is only done in the most egregious of circumstances.
So I spent like my entire Saturday digging through every single court document in this stupid case, and I couldn't find any that were actually submitted by the court that used with prejudice in their verbiage anywhere except for the defendant's motion to dismiss the case, where they request that the court dismiss it with prejudice. And the motion was granted, but the word prejudice, with or without, doesn't come up at all. And that's because with prejudice is kind of implied when a case is dismissed for failure to prosecute, as was the case here. They fizzled out and missed a bunch of deadlines, and they pissed the judge off, and the judge was like, okay, screw it, you clearly aren't taking this seriously. That is why the case was dismissed, not because the DMCA takedowns are valid. And she's definitely wrong about with prejudice only being done in the most egregious of circumstances. Because with prejudice is pretty much the default. If your claims get dismissed, it's usually with prejudice. And in this case, the judge probably doesn't bother even stating with prejudice in the court documents because it's not the all caps big deal she seems to think it is.
Think how they squirm when they see how I
Dismissed
Not
with
taking
prejudice.
Wolfsmut
If anything, it's more
seriously.
unusual for cases to be dismissed without prejudice. I mean, it's not uncommon, but with prejudice is more common. Basically, the case was dismissed because it was clear that the plaintiff could not move forward, not because the case itself was without merit. And don't get me wrong, some of it was, but the stuff surrounding copyright and DMCA, especially since Kane perjured herself in the Oklahoma case, they had a pretty good case there. And Kane is right about some things, namely how suspicious and weird it is that Zoe Ellis created the case in Virginia and then just kind of fizzled it out and liquidated her own company, meaning Kane can't pursue her counterclaim. Like, yeah, that is a little sus. But again, that has nothing to do with the validity of the DMCA takedowns or any damages Ellis might have incurred because of them. She goes on to state that the settlement between Blushing and Quill Inc. that happened in the Oklahoma case after she was dismissed from it is legally meaningless.
Instead, Blushing made a
Legally
single
meaningless is
statement
crazy.
to avoid
I'm still confused as to who won.
Here, let me see if I can Do I actually want to look up this case to see who won?
No. You know what? Never mind.
Further
Let's continue.
litigation, claiming no plagiarism had occurred and that their DMCAs were invalid. That statement legally means nothing.
Wait, no. Yes, actually, it means a lot. It means they broke the law and are admitting that they broke the law. The funny thing here is that she undermines her own point. Like, plagiarism is not a legal term, therefore plagiarism is not technically illegal in the way that, like, stabbing is not a legal term, therefore stabbing is not technically illegal, but assault with a deadly weapon is. Ipso facto, if there was no plagiarism, then there was no copyright infringement, the thing that is illegal.
By definition, a settlement means an agreement to resolve the legal dispute by both parties prior to trial. No judge ruled on the case.
And by definition, like she keeps saying this too, by definition. Like you sound like Ben Shapiro.
Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet-ass P-word.
Oh my fucking God.
I forgot that existed. Why did you bring that back? Never mind. I remember this is from fucking 5 years ago.
Wet-ass P-word. Make that pull-out game weak.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That wet-ass P-word. Make that pull-out game weak. Oh my God. I hate that I know about that.
Right is the right to make copies, okay? Now that is a fact. It is right there in the word.
Okay, basically nobody won since the person who countersued missed deadlines and the case was thus dismissed. And the crazy woman who tried to take down other people's books is parading it like a massive victory.
Oh, so it was just...
the case just didn't go anywhere because of...
So it's a nothing burger.
Are you fucking kidding me? Dude. It was all nothing burger.
Copyright is the right to make copies. It is easier to prove than plagiarism. But if there was no plagiarism, it's right there in the word, then there was no copyright infringement. Because copies were not made.
All nothing.
Is Ben Shapiro going to sue me now? But she is wrong in that the settlement in the Oklahoma case is legally meaningless. Most settlements are confidential, so we never know what the terms are. So Blushing admitting in a court document that the DMCAs were invalid actually does give it some precedential effect over any future cases that might argue over these same details. So if only in a minor way, maybe Blushing admitting that they were in the wrong to the court is actually kind of a good thing. Not a big win, but one minor precedent to defend against DMCA abuse. Go team. But the most batshit, unhinged from reality claim that she makes in this whole thing is in response to the question of why did you send DMCA takedowns for the third Myth of Omega book, which at that time had not even come out yet, and therefore you could not have read.
Because both my Alpha's Claim trilogy and Zoe Ellis's trilogy were meant to be read as a whole, books 1 and 2 ending in a cliffhanger. Therefore, I believed that the unpublished book was a derivative work.
Excuse me? Dude. What? How? You cannot be serious. Like, how is she not paying fines for any of this? How is this real? How is this person real? Sipping the Kool-Aid hard. Literally. It's time travel. Yeah.
Geez, no. She then goes on to cast every other person involved but herself as the villain. She's super mad about that New York Times article, and they were way nicer to her than I was, and certainly nicer than the A-Lab podcast. which I definitely listened to and found very helpful in establishing the timeline for this wacky, crazy shenanigans.
The Kool-Aid
I'm not going to
is
repeat
so much
some of the
older
things
than
they
ball
said,
knowledge.
but
what do you mean?
The New York Times was way nicer
ball
than
knowledge
they
is like
were,
fairly
and
recent. Also,
certainly
I
nicer
wouldn't know
than I
basketball enough
was.
to know that.
Interestingly, the same month the article ran, the NYT parted ways with at least one editor who admitted an article was rushed into publication, that the editing process was flawed, and, shockingly, then admitted to not even reading the op-ed before it ran online.
So she connects the integrity of the editor of Alexandra Alter, who wrote the original New York Times article, to the op-ed editor who resigned after asking Tom Cotton to write a pro-police brutality op-ed. Like, these two are even in the same department, implying that these two editors, who happen to work for the same paper at the same time, are the same person. Like, this is the level of intellectual honesty we are dealing with here.
In fact, Zoe Ellis sat down with a journalist for the NYT who rushed the story, failed to cite sources, failed to remain unbiased, and misquoted both myself and the facts.
Oh my god. The article is the citation. Like, this isn't a blog. This isn't like a peer-reviewed journal entry, Addison. Newspaper articles don't have footnotes. Blushing Books, who totally threw themselves in front of the bus for Addison a year earlier, is also the bad guy now.
During this experience, I learned that my former publisher, Blushing Books, had never filed copyrights for any of my books, despite what I believe was a contractual responsibility to do so.
What do you mean you believe? Like, read your freaking contract. You could check if they violated their contractual obligation. You can sue them. And if they didn't ever say they were going to file your copyright for you, then you didn't read your contract. But that doesn't mean that Blushing is necessarily innocent here either. The blog post...
Wait.
Oh, this rabbit hole gets so much deeper.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
These bathrooms are just might getting high. The evil piss break.
All right, we're back. I'm so tired, you guys. Don't check the meme channel, or if you do, check it after the video.
Yeah, I was about to say, Mario's gonna pass out after this.
I'm not gonna check the meme channel. Happy June Omegaverse month. Though
the offers coming, not.
Myra learned about scent marking. Now she's all in. Ain, I should ban you again for that.
I'm gonna say you going for 2 bans, 1 stream.
Yeah, literally. You're fucking dying, of course. I'm glad you guys are having fun at least.
No, I think we still have like a little bit more of this video to go.
Well,
come on, boss, we can get through it.
Yeah, let's go.
Reveals that Kane and Blushing had a big falling out during the Oklahoma case in which she got the rights to distribute her book back. And she very pettily shows an email between Blushing and another author showing that Blushing basically had no clue what they were doing and understood nothing about copyright law and what actually constitutes copyright infringement.
No.
How many assholes we got?
Really?
Anyhow. Yo!
Kane then goes after
we
the
should watch
Romance Writers of
Spaceballs.
America and is very upset about the
Shit.
RWA protecting Blushing. Like, what are you talking about? Blushing has been on notice as a bad publisher by the RWA since 2019. And here she is trying and failing to
Crazy.
start shit with another much more famous romance novelist who had earlier opined on the case.
No way. Oh my god.
And incidentally is a lawyer herself. Everyone is enemy mine and
Wow,
I am
you're
the
still
wronged
starting
one.
shit on that randomly.
Like maybe you're the problem, Taylor Swift.
Jesus.
Oof, internet was a mistake. So
You
she's
have
trying really hard
Spaceballs
to
on
frame this
DVD.
as an I was right all along and
Why do
this
you
is a
have
win for
Spaceballs on
authors and
DVD?
I'm helping you
Yeah, I'm
actually.
wondering the same.
When in reality, after the details of her involvement and malice and subsequent perjury were revealed
Ayo,
to
Dead
the court
Media.
in the Oklahoma case, her publisher settled because their author perjured herself, and Kane got to walk
Oh, your
away with
dad
effectively
owned it,
no
I see.
consequences from that,
enough.
while
Listen, I
the
still got a
other
VHS in this
lawsuit
house
against
somewhere.
her in another state
Yeah.
fizzled and
think we do
died
too.
for completely unrelated
VHS of
reasons.
the Rugrats movie.
And that is how it ends.
That was pointless.
It
Y'all know
fucking
shit about
was.
Mildred, that thing.
It fucking was
I don't know if you could
pointless.
see
Oh, yeah,
what
that
I
ma-
was doing there.
that was
with
pretty
a
much
visual
nothing.
joke. Got alpha, beta, omega.
You think a depressed person could make this? No.
So
Yes.
if you
Yeah.
are reading this as an invitation to go harass this woman,
Very silly.
first of all, what the hell is wrong with you? And also, why are you even watching my channel?
Yeah, no,
Second,
don't do that.
But this is less a cautionary tale of one vindictive author. The New York Times article claims that it raises a deep legal question, but it isn't really a deep legal question about who owns ideas. If there is a deep legal question, it is how can people without the resources of giants like YouTube protect themselves from bad faith DMCA claims? DMCA counterclaims do exist as a barrier, and Zoe Ellis did use them, but clearly that wasn't enough because Kane and Blushing steamrolled right through them and kept issuing takedowns for months. So a lot of the focus on this case was on the weird fanfic subculture, and not the fact that cases like this can and often do set important legal precedents. To me, this is less about a too horny on main train wreck as much as it is a good example of how laws designed to protect giant corporations are written in presumed good faith and assume that everyone is going to play by the rules.
I tried to protect authors.
Well, as a fellow USA Today best-selling author who writes extremely niche trash involving questionable use of non-human anatomies, I cannot say I feel protected by this. If she had won this thing, which she didn't, That would have meant, despite her claims to the contrary, that you can actually own genre tropes, which would make creating that much more difficult and give bad faith actors that much more arsenal to attack their fellow artists. And in cases like these, we do kind of need to say something when bad faith actors try to use this sort of thing to their advantage, and might inadvertently strengthen already draconian copyright law pushed by the likes of the Walt Disney Company, and all for your petty vindictive bullshit. So this attitude is bad. Don't do it. You can't own tropes.
I've learned you can do anything you want as long as you put your mind to it. But I've also learned that reading is bad.
So we did have a lot of help writing this. I learned a lot about reading court documents, and me and Angelina had to read a lot of torture porn. I mean that in the most literal sense. It's porn with torture. Literal torture porn. It's like snuff for her.
Right.
Thanks especially to Stacey
you
Lantain
have to?
of the University of Mississippi School of Law, and
I
Catherine
feel like if you want to
Trent
understand the
with
context of it,
Electronic
yeah,
Frontier
also...
Foundation. The EFF is the leading nonprofit defending digital privacy and free speech, and a portion of the profits of this video are going to be donated to the EFF. Take care, you beautiful people, and remember to wear a mask in public. And if this...
Don't look at my tabs. There's so many.
Oh.
Just gonna do this. You saw nothing.
My God.
Wait, you get to see it. No.
Yeah. So that last little bit was because Myra forgot still streaming to me in Discord. It's all right, Myra. Your porn history is pretty much public if they follow you on X or Twitter.
We say Twitter in this household. A lot of Omegaverse.
I'm kidding. I can't even say that properly. Yeah.
A lot of Omegaverse at that time had torture porn. Jesus Christ. Why? Like, was that just something people were into?
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Not my personal taste. I understand, like, marking shit up and, like, being aggressive, but some of these people take that shit too far. Like, you were medieval execution in your past life, weren't you?
Yeah. That's why you stopped reading it. Oh, goodness. Sorry. As I said, I am so very tired. No. Let's do this. Yes. Here we go. That's better.
Now then.
Oh, hi, fan. Welcome back. Just in time. As the video ended. You just read the wholesome ones. There were wholesome ones.
No, there were actually quite a few wholesome ones.
Went terribly as they figured. Yeah. Yeah. So there were.
I would say, like,
wholesome
majority of them are just absolutely, like, on the level of questionable to, I feel like I should, like, kill you because even putting you under the jail wouldn't be enough for you. I feel like I have to kill you, find where you spawn in an next life, and then arrest that baby.
Goodness.
Because some of these people have, like, the weirdest looks with their things.
Jesus.
I feel like I have to condemn you to 2 life sentences. It can get horrid. Then again, that's with everything on the internet.
Is really that bad? Wow.
Unlike Scythe, apparently. That wasn't already known?
Wait. There is one that you remember where they help each other out? There's like a spectrum. You gotta call me out like that. Well. I'm gonna go order a pizza.
No, I was about to say you gotta find Myra a good your Omegaverse piece.
No.
You gotta appeal to the senses.
No. There is none here. Absolutely not. And if there is, no, there isn't. Thank you for the birthday present. It's your birthday today? This show was a stream. Yeah? I agree. It was a horrible stream. Just making notes. Other side of the world. Happy birthday, Cass.
Happy birthday, Cass.
I hope you enjoyed your gift. Yeah, this was definitely your birthday gift.
Your gift was watching two streamers be traumatized for the price of one.
Yeah. So, Nexus, will you be back tomorrow for part 2? Aztec. Will you?
10 gifted subs right now, and I'll be back for part 2.
Guys, come on, I can't do this alone. I'll get banned. At least I got good Omega.
Which part is I don't work tomorrow, so I don't have any excuse to hide behind.
Damn! Aztec comes in with 10 gifted.
I fucking hate you.
Thank you, Aztec.
Oh, for fine. I guess I'll be back tomorrow for part 2 then.
Thank you. That's so sweet of you. Beat you to it. I mean, 10 more is never a bad thing. Maybe I can even get Squiggle in here tomorrow. For 10 gifts. No, I'm kidding.
Say like 10 more gifted.
I know, Lurker. There is a part 2, yeah. Apparently. Aztec sent me it. Return of Nexus in Omegaverse.
Fuck's sake. I thought I escaped this shit by not being on my own channel. Why am I still letting this follow me?
Bunny. There will be no Nexus Omegaverse thing. I was considering gifting Nexus 10 subs as well. Like it's a bit.
Nah.
Well.
Nah, the deal was for Myra's channel. I did say 10 subs here.
For a 55 gifted, Myra reads the Megaverse? Absolutely not. I'm never reading a Megaverse. I mean, there's probably a price, but 55 gifted is not it. The payment has gone through. Never say never. What payments? Did you know when Nexus learned about a Megaverse, we did a quiz? Oh, what?
Anyway, I think that's about it for this stream.
Nexus is an Omega? You're a bottom?
That quiz was fucking wrong.
Nexus, you're a bottom? No.
I was about to say, there's like 3 members of your chat that can absolutely attest that I'm not a bottom.
No way. There's a quiz. Bottom bear. Squiggle, you can't say anything. I'm sorry.
Alright, well, time to make Squiggle a white squirrel. Be right back next stream.
Oh, goodness. Thank you for joining me and keeping me sane, I guess. Although I'm not that sane anymore.
Anymore? We were sane to begin with before we got here.
You shut up, you. You're gonna DM it? I won't do it. I will not be doing it. Absolutely not. You cannot pay me enough to do that quiz. You're welcome, Myra, and glad this was an eye-opener. Thanks, I hate it. So much. Even if you don't do it, you're an Omega. No, I'm a bottom. Don't ever call me an Omega. I'm a bottom, please.
Hey, next is check DM.
Don't even.
You son of a bitch! He actually did give 10 subs to my channel. God damn it!
Aztec. Oh my god.
Fucking. I'm not even online right now.
Well, I think it's time for me to head off. Thank you guys for being here and enduring this stream with me. Also, I've been lurking and playing Terraria. Hello, Kumunra. I hope Terraria has been fun. And also, I saw you did get a sub from Aztec. Level 3 offline hype train.
I hate it. I love it, but I hate it.
Hopefully the memes help you get better. I don't think so. I'm gonna go eat a pizza. It's like Bloodborne when you have too much insight. I just want to go back to how things were before this knowledge. Literally. Literally. Oh. I got a new emote. Go get Nom Nom Pizza. Yes, I will. Thank you guys again for hanging out, and I'm sorry for the knowledge I passed upon you by watching this video. Thank you, Nexus. Lovely for hanging out.
This was a hell that I have to come back for tomorrow.
Yes. Yes, you do.
Well, you'll have to sleep in. Alright, I'll be here.
We'll be back tomorrow with part 2 of Into the Omegaverse. Lovely. Anyways, take good care of yourselves and each other. Stay well hydrated and rested. I love you all so very much, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one, everyone. Love you. Bye-bye.